Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. So today, this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a little bit of time, considering as a content creator, I see this a lot in the community, and that is basically toxic positivity. That is what I'm going to talk about. Yay! A lot of people always try to put their first foot forwards and throw out all these positive vibes and positive mindset and super positivity, which is great and it's super awesome and it can really be like fantastic. And it's super awesome to see everyone who's always trying to motivate each other and sort of do their best and grow and be better. However, it isn't always a good thing. And I'm gonna explain why. Have you ever had like a really, really, really bad day and you just want to have a day off to eat bad food and ice cream or sleep or just kind of forget about doing shit for the moment? But then you start feeling really, really guilty because everyone around you is saying things like, there's so many things to be grateful for. You got to stay focused on what's important. Other people have it worse. That's toxic positivity. This underlying idea that you need to be grateful for what you have and not what you may have potentially lost is toxic positivity. Don't get me wrong, like, I don't think anyone's ever actually meant to cause offense when they say these things. It just comes from a place of trying to help / forced into feeling like they have to help when they really don't need to. But it's when people say comments like this, they don't realize that, yeah, the situation does suck, but that's okay. You don't have to make it better. That you don't need to be the be-all, cure-all to fix someone else's shitty situation as well as your own. Having bad times is a good thing in some cases. It's positivity in a lot of situations can really be a great way to motivate yourself and really help you look towards the future, but not all the time. 24/7 positivity is never a good or healthy mindset to follow. The previous comments I mentioned, it's very forced and almost feels like you're illegitimizing someone's genuine concerns. People can be sad and anxious and stressed and angry and fed up with shit. Don't try to force positivity down their throat. It's so rude, really. It's basically like you're telling them that their emotions aren't real and they're not worth having. And this is where these feelings of guilt and shame come from people who are genuinely going through a stressful time. I've had it myself. I've taken days off streaming before because I genuinely didn't think I could handle streaming that day, and I felt genuine guilt and shame and sadness at the fact that I'm not streaming for a single day because heaven forbid I take time off for myself for self-care. And that's where toxic positivity comes from. It's not healthy. The actual definition of toxic positivity is a belief that no matter how dire or difficult a situation is, people should always maintain a positive mindset, the positive good vibes only approach. Ironically enough, this is such a negative mindset because it makes you feel like you're broken or wrong or a bad person for actually having negative experiences and emotions. And holding these in will just lead to more oppression and denial and anger and frustration, and eventually it will come out and not in a healthy way. Don't stick a band-aid over it, call it positivity, and pretend everything's okay, because it's not. And that's okay. You're not weak or broken or inadequate for feeling negative emotions. You're not. It's normal and healthy. You are allowed. There's two sides to the scale. It's a balancing act. You can't always be in a negative mindset just as much as you will never always be able to be in a positive mindset. Our experiences, good and bad, is what helps us grow and what shapes us as a person. Sticking a bandage over either side, it's never going to be the correct way to do it. I've done this myself so much. When I first started streaming and doing the Instagram and everything else, I thought I just had to throw out positive vibes and positive mindset and pretend like everything is okay all the time, even though it wasn't, because I wanted to leave a good impression. But the longer I've done it, the more I've realized you're so much more human if you just share your experiences, good or bad. It doesn't have to be some amazing journey that, people aren't going to realize is bad in some cases. My eyes are going really red, but I literally woke up 10 minutes ago and I'm just blitzing this out because it's just on my mind and I need to get it out there. But no, I try to, with my community, just be myself. Whether it's I'm feeling shit one day, I'm feeling great one day, just talk to people about it. You will feel so much better if you're able to just have someone that will listen to you instead of trying to fix it all better. There's quite a few actual red flags, so to speak, when it comes to toxic positivity, and the more aware I've become of toxic positivity, the more aware I've become of the actual red flags that people throw out and how you can avoid them, and kind of how you can avoid people that do it. There's a lot of things like brushing off issues instead of facing them. If someone or yourself, if you are having a conversation with a friend and they try to brush off your genuine concerns, that's toxic positivity. You want someone who can listen to you, not try to fix everything and make it better, because you can't fix everything and make it better at the end of the day. If you start feeling guilty about being sad or angry or disappointed or scared or stressed, then just remember that it's completely normal and you don't have to feel bad for being human. It's how we grow as people. Don't ever shame yourself for having an off day, ever. Don't try not to hide how you feel as well behind good vibes, just because it's deemed more acceptable in social media in general. The more you repress your negative emotions and the more you just, I keep saying slapping a band-aid on it, but that's basically what it is. If you just stick a band-aid on a gaping hole, you're not going to fix the hole. It's just going to get worse. Don't hold it in. Let it out. And this one really frustrates me. It's when people minimize other people's emotions because they're not fitting into this positive only vibe or mindset. Don't ever invalidate someone else's feelings, ever. It's so frustrating. It's the same concept as when you're like, I'm sorry you feel that way, or I'm sorry that you got offended. It's so toxic, and I really recommend just avoiding talking to that person in the future, or at least let them be aware that what they're doing isn't helping and it's not what you need. Because this, oh, don't worry, I'm sure it's fine, you have so much to look forward to, there's so many things you can be grateful for. Just think of all the people that have it so much worse. Just don't say that to your friends, guys. It really doesn't help. Don't say it to yourself either. Don't punish yourself that way. That's not how you grow, and it's not how you're going to ever get past anything in life. And don't ever shame someone. I've had people literally message me before on social media being like, why are you so negative? You should be leading a good example for your viewers. I am leading a good example. Telling people that it's okay not to be okay is a good example. If you're hiding that and telling everyone and trying to be super happy, positive all the time, that's the worst thing you can do in terms of being an inspiration or being a leader or showing yourself publicly. No one is ever happy 24/7. They're not. Except maybe I suppose kids, but kids. People need to be able to express themselves in all aspects of themselves, good and bad. Negative emotions may seem really hard to deal with at times, but refusing to allow yourself to acknowledge them is going to cause even more problems, and the issue will build until the point you're literally unable to express them in a healthy way. Stress will build, insomnia is going to happen, mental issues. So many things will occur if you just refuse to embrace negativity. And at the end of the day, we're humans. We can have positive and negative thoughts and emotions at the same time. You can literally be looking forward to the future while also having a really, really shit time at the same time. Your situation could suck, but you can still be looking to the future and hopeful. But that doesn't mean your situation doesn't still suck, and you're allowed to accept and embrace the fact that your situation really fucking sucks. But don't judge yourself because of that. Just focus on yourself and self-care and sort of processing the situation and ways to get through it. Just don't hold it in. Let it out, guys. And just take a day off. A really good friend of mine, he has a great saying. It's called have a pity party day. And that's great. Just throw yourself a pity party. Process what's happening. Just let yourself have an off day or an off couple of days. And then you get back on the horse and you learn from what happened and you choose to grow from it and embrace it and move on. And that's how you really should try to do it. Just don't cover it up. Don't tell people you're fine if you're not fine. Embracing negative emotions in a lot of cases, when managed properly, can really, really help and can actually lead towards a beneficial change in your life. I will use myself as an example because, of course, I have also gone through a lot of this. So I really struggled with streaming at the start and having a social image because I would constantly try to tell myself that I'm fine and I'm doing great and it's amazing and everything's happy and awesome. And I basically just had this massive mask of positivity on, and I suffered really bad burnout from it. I was on the verge of quitting because I was so negative in my own headspace towards the end. I didn't know how to get it out in a healthy way, and I repressed inwards so much that even though I was giving off positive only vibes and happy mindset, my internal mental struggles were so bad, I couldn't cope. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was ready to just walk away from streaming and quit, and I had no idea where I was going. But I spoke to a really, really fantastic coach a couple months ago, and he's really helped me through to actually process a lot of my negative emotions. And because I processed them and accepted them and embraced them and talked about them, it really helped me understand where a lot of this negativity was coming from, and it helped me to get past it. It helped me overcome it because there was someone there who could actually listen to me and let me process it. And that's why it's so important. You need to do this for yourself or have someone help you do this, because it really sucked at the time. There were times when I was in tears crying and so worked up and so stressed and anxious. But once you can process it, you can sit back and think, wow, like I never realized that about myself, or just like, wow, that makes so much sense. And once it makes sense, you can grow from it and get over it and learn. And I wouldn't say I've gotten over it to an extent. I don't mean like just live and forget and just fuck it all. I just mean like, be like, oh, wow, yeah, that sucked. But at the same time, I can see how to avoid getting into that negative mind space in future. But because I was holding it in for so long, it got to a point where it just boiled over and I had no control over what was wrong. My mind was just in the shitter 24/7 until I actually just took it head on, embraced it, and grew from it. And I feel so much better as a person now. I've never been more confident than I have right now. I've never felt more sure of myself. And so through embracing the negative emotions that I had for so long, I'm more positive now than I've ever been, ever. And all I can really say from this is just, if you or someone you know is facing a really, really difficult time, just listen to them. Support them. Let them know that you're there for them. Don't try to force feed them or spoon feed them positive only vibes. And don't look for ways to solve their issue, because at the end of the day, it's their issue. It's not yours to solve. If you want to help them through it, that's great. But don't try to fix their problems. There is no magical be-all, end-all solution to someone else's feelings. You can't wish away someone's feelings or emotions. All you can do is help them. So That's all you got to do. Don't just slap a band-aid over it and push it down. It's never going to help. And yeah, I hope that was an interesting video for you guys. I literally woke up 10 minutes ago. I'm trying to actually have functioning eyes today. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, just leave a little like or subscribe or a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. And I've got a Discord as well if you want to hit us up in there. I stream multiple times a week, 8 p.m. GMT, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!